This 27-year-old Pakistani-British psychology graduate wakes up every morning with the confidence of someone who's convinced 2.3 million people that he's cracked the code to masculinity, charges nearly $1,000 up front, plus monthly fees to join his Adonis school, and somehow built a cult-like following of young guys who literally call him their cult leader, while paying him to tell them how to stop being what he calls Jeffries. He drives around in expensive cars like he's auditioning for Fast and Furious, posts transformation photos that would make The Rock jealous, and claims his community generates more recurring revenue than most SaaS companies. But here's the plot twist that'll make your brain do a complete 180 like a character in The Sixth Sense. Most of his millions doesn't come from the self-improvement advice he's famous for giving. Hamza Ahmad built a subscription-based empire that turns teenage male insecurity into monthly recurring revenue, using community psychology that would make cult documentaries on Netflix look like amateur hour, all while facing accusations that he's basically running an expensive group therapy session disguised as a business school. This is the story of how a guy with a psychology degree turned stop being a loser into a $2 million annual business, and why the dude who teaches others how to become alpha males might actually be the ultimate example of turning your personal brand into a money printing machine. Welcome to the wild world of monetized masculinity, where the real alpha move wasn't getting jacked, it was getting rich off people who want to get jacked. So what is Hamza's deal? Picture this. You're scrolling through YouTube at 2 a.m. because your life choices are about as solid as a house made of Jenga blocks, and suddenly you see this absolutely ripped British Pakistani dude telling you that you're basically living your life like you're the main character in a sad indie movie where nothing ever happens. This is Hamza Ahmad, and his daily routine makes Tony Stark's productivity look like he's moving in slow motion. The guy has built an entire business around the concept that most young men are living like they're stuck in the movie Groundhog Day, except instead of Bill Murray eventually figuring it out, they just keep hitting snooze on their lives. His origin story reads like if Spider-Man got his powers from a gym membership instead of a radioactive spider bite. Born to Pakistani immigrants who worked multiple jobs, his dad was literally driving taxis while this dude was probably planning his future empire. Hamza went from what he calls his degenerate days to building a business that generates more monthly recurring revenue than most tech startups. But here's where it gets interesting. This former psychology student didn't just get swole and call it a day. He turned his personal transformation into a business model that's more addictive than whatever algorithm TikTok is using to keep you scrolling until 4 a.m. The business blueprint: how self-help becomes self-wealth. Forget everything you think you know about online courses. Hamza isn't selling you a one-time program that you'll forget about faster than your New Year's resolutions. He's basically running the Netflix of self-improvement, except instead of binge-watching Stranger Things, you're paying monthly to binge-watch your own life get better. Layer 1, the Adonis School, the most expensive self-help subscription since therapy. Hamza's cash cow is something called Adonis School, which sounds like where Greek gods would go to get their MBA. For $997 upfront plus $27 monthly, you get access to what's essentially a premium Discord server where instead of gaming, everyone's trying to optimize their lives like they're speedrunning personal development. Think about this for a second. People are paying almost $1,000 upfront to join a community. That's more than most people spend on their cars, and they're spending it on the digital equivalent of a gym membership that also includes life coaching and a brotherhood of dudes, all trying not to be what Hamza calls Jeffries. The genius part? This isn't a course you complete and forget. It's a subscription service for self-improvement. It's like if Tony Robbins and recurring billing had a baby, and that baby grew up to understand TikTok. Layer 2. The free community, the drug dealer strategy. Hamza runs a free community called Adonis Gang, with over 88,000 members, which ranks #1 on the school platform. This is basically his funnel. It's like when drug dealers in movies give you the first hit for free, except instead of getting you addicted to substances, he's getting you addicted to the idea that you could be better. The free community serves as the appetizer before the expensive main course. People join, get a taste of the community vibe, see other people talking about their transformations, and suddenly that $997 doesn't seem so expensive when you're convinced it's the difference between staying a Jeffrey and becoming an Adonis. Layer 3, YouTube revenue. The tip jar. His YouTube channel with 2.3 million subscribers generates an estimated $577 to $791 monthly from ads, which is basically pocket change compared to his community revenue. That's like making millions from your restaurant and someone asking about the tip jar. YouTube isn't where he makes his money. It's where he finds his customers. Layer 4, course, sales and partnerships, the side hustles. He's got courses on Udemy, an aesthetic body course for $197, and various partnerships. But these are like the merchandise sales at a concert. Nice extra revenue, but the real money is from the main event. The numbers game. Follow the money trail. Let's do some math that'll make your calculator question its life choices. With over 1,500 paying members at $997 up front plus $27 monthly, Hamza's Adonis School generates approximately $2 million annually in recurring revenue. That's more than some Fortune 500 companies make from their side projects. His YouTube channel generates an estimated $577 to $791 monthly from ads, which is basically what he makes from about 20 new community members. The real money isn't in views, it's in converting viewers into subscribers to his premium community. His business model has better margins than most SaaS companies because once someone joins the community, the marginal cost of serving them is basically zero. It's digital real estate where the rent never stops coming, and the tenants actually thank you for charging them. The pricing evolution tells the whole story. He started at $499 up front plus $99 monthly, experimented with $129 monthly, and settled on $997 plus $27. This guy has been A/B testing his way to the optimal price point like he's running Facebook ads for masculinity. His company filings show careful financial management with £88,110 net worth and smart business incorporation. The dude went from unemployed psychology graduate to multi-millionaire in about 4 years, which is a better ROI than most people get from their actual psychology degrees. The lifestyle flex. Living like you've already made it. Hamza's social media presence is more carefully curated than a museum exhibit. Every post showcases the life that his Adonis School students aspire to. Expensive cars, travel content, and a physique that looks like it was photoshopped by someone who really understood anatomy. But here's where the story gets more interesting than a plot twist in a Christopher Nolan movie. His company filings from 2022 show £88,110 net worth with £132,300 in assets. That's successful, but it's not buy a small country money. The lifestyle content is strategic marketing more than genuine wealth flexing. His car collection and travel posts serve as visual proof of concept for his business advice. Every Instagram story is basically a before and after photo where the after is, "This could be you if you stop being a Jeffrey and join my community." It's aspirational marketing that would make luxury brands jealous. The genius is in the authenticity. Unlike other influencers who rent cars for content, Hamza's lifestyle appears genuine but scaled appropriately. He's not claiming to be the next Jeff Bezos. He's showing young guys that a comfortable, successful life is achievable if you follow his system. Hamza Ahmad represents the evolution of internet entrepreneurship, where personal brands become subscription services and communities become cash cows. He's either a transformational teacher who figured out how to scale mentorship, or he's really good at making expensive group therapy look like a business school. Either way, he turned stop being a loser into a multi-million-dollar recurring revenue business, and that's worth studying whether you think he's helping people or just helping himself to their wallets. The lesson here isn't that you should start calling yourself a cult leader and charging people monthly fees to hear your life advice. Please don't. The lesson is that in today's economy, if you can solve a real problem that people have, even if that problem is just feeling lost and directionless, and you can build a community around that solution, there are ways to monetize belonging that go way beyond traditional business models. Just maybe make sure your community actually helps people instead of just taking their money and calling them Jeffries when they complain. The guy who asks, "Are you a Jeffrey or an Adonis?" now faces his own question. Are you building a legitimate business or just really good at monetizing insecurity? And unlike his courses, that's one question where the answer might actually be worth $997 to figure out. So what do you think? Is Hamza Ahmad a visionary entrepreneur who cracked the code on community-based business models, or is he just really good at making loneliness look like a business opportunity? Drop a comment below, and remember, whether you love him or think he's running an expensive support group, the dude turned a psychology degree into a multi-million-dollar empire, and that's worth understanding, even if you never plan to start your own self-improvement cult in your entire life.